data science and data analytics become popular. And because we got a huge amount of data in the cloud, and this data analysis and you can use this data and you can do a lot of predictions, forecasting and all. Just to give an example, you see here, because these two things, after the post-COVID, what the major change is the computing speed and data creation. You remember we used the Nokia 1100 mobile phone, and you used a Pentium 1 processor in those days. But now we are using with a high processing with iPhone or a Samsung with a high speed mobile phone, but still we are telling it's not sufficient. That is the way we depending on the computing speed, because that much data we are processing, huge data we are processing. You remember when we used the flash drive, floppy drive for storing our data, 1.44 MB. Gradually we moved to the DVD, from DVD to what you can say that a hard disk. Now you see we are storing the data in the cloud storage. We are getting Gmail 15 GB, but still it's not sufficient. Because that is the way the data creation is, we each and every day we are processing the data. And these two things is exponentially changing around us after the post-COVID. Because when you say that because of these two factors impact the technology, what we are going to talk about AI and ML also. See here, this is just want to tell you, when we heard about the supercomputers. You see, when you talk about the high performance computers or supercomputers, you need to keep a huge space is required for keeping a particular space or a mission for processing huge amount of data. But the small device like a Vision Pro, the Vision Pro, these things, you can use more than 5 times processing of the supercomputers, this small device. So that is the way the technology is changing, and you can process all these informations, whatever the mainframe computers is doing by using a small device. See how become very quick and fast way the technology is changing. And you may be using each and every day. We are using with the Google Map. The Google Map we started using with the satellite map just for understanding the transformation. You see here we started using the satellite map, and also now we are using with the autopilot. You see we're just putting in cars with autopilot, a car will be redirected. All these things because of you have a data. After processing the data, the computer processing will do and redirect all those things. And when you see this small example of the transformations happening because of this technology, AI and ML, you take an example of Uber, how this small application Uber is changing our economy of our places. We need to discuss, because small Uber applications, huge acceleration of economy is there, and the people started moving. For example, people started working here in Trivandrum. They can relocate it to some far places like in Attingal or Neyatingira and all. You see here the people can transfer moving easily, so that the land value will increase. So understand, because the small innovations will create an economy, will be huge impact will be there, and also the productivity of the employee, transforming, a lot of people are getting a job, and also the global economy also it's affecting. So understanding the innovations, the small idea and small innovations will create a lot of changes. And see here, when you talk about this, our theme of conference, the technology-driven business landscape, we talk about the data, the importance of data in this world, in this current scenario. You see here, when you talk about the 5 top millionaires in the world, top 5 millionaires in the world, what is their major business? What is their main domain of business? If you're talking about the 5 top millionaires, the technology means the main core is, the Google, Microsoft, the Tesla, the Meta, all these are the 5 giants. Their main core business is their data. Data is the business. Understand, the main core business values, that much importance is there with the data. Who are having a huge amount of data, those people can do a lot of analysis, lot of learning part, and they can do a lot of predictions and forecasting. So that is the main core concept of artificial intelligence. And see here, this history is already discussed. 1956, this artificial intelligence concept is introduced. Gradually, it's moving from 1969 to 2015. Started using speech recognition concept and all. Now we started. You may be using daily Siri and all. The Siri application. The Siri itself, it's an AI application. Normal what you can say, the traditional AI way. We can, whatever we are giving a command, please give a call to Simon Sir means it automatically will direct to the call to the Simon Sir. That's the way Siri will work. Whatever we are programmed, that will work. So that is the also example of one of the traditional AI applications, just for understanding. And AI, when you talk about artificial intelligence, these three terms is very important: artificial intelligence, machine learning, and deep learning. You know, the AI ML means machine mimicking like a human intelligence. Artificial, the basic definition of AI already you may be knowing. Whatever the human being doing, the same thing machine can also perform. The same way the machines, ML means learning pattern from data, there only the statistics and all will come. You know, the statistics is one of the very important subject who are taking data science and analytics, because you need to do the pattern analysis, you need to do a lot of analysis by using the data by the support of ML. So you see here, these are the two common terms in our presentations also, just for giving a brief. And there are different types of machine learning algorithm you maybe heard about. There is a supervised learning, there is an unsupervised, and reinforcement learning is there. You know, what is a supervised learning? With a simple example, you can see here, yes. You know, this simple picture, you will get the machine learning basic concept. You see, when we studied in our school days, how we learn A for apple, B for banana, like this. The teachers, they will show some pictures. Through the picture, the teacher will taught us. Remember those days, is right? So when you are giving something, simple instructions, depending on the instruction, whatever instructions we got it, we will respond it. The same way the machine also we can train. You can give some input, depending on the input, machine will give the output. That is called supervised learning. The supervisor give the instruction, depending on the input, the machine will perform. The same way there is an unsupervised machine learning concept is there. What is an unsupervised learning means? You can see here there is the diagram. You know, see this one, you know, the Mowgli picture. You remember the Mowgli picture? This Mowgli is one of the fiction, you know, you may be reading when you study in the school days. He doesn't go to the school and all. But how he learn all these things? He will learn from, you know, the patterns, depending on similarity of animals, or depending on some of the similarity, some pattern of data. The same way the machines also can give an input depending on the pattern or depending on the similarity of instructions. That is called an unsupervised learning method. So these are the two popular machine learning methods. There is a supervised and unsupervised. And apart from this, there is another algorithm, another method called reinforcement learning. Like reinforcement means like when you studied our school day, our children, when you want to teach, we will give some reward. You know, like a chess competition and all. When you give the machines, if you get it, you will get a reward point. So depending on the reward, you will get again point, you will get it. So get encourage. The same way the machines also can train. If it is a right answer means you will get a reward. If it is a negative means you will get a punishment like this. So these are the three different type of ML algorithms. But now we talk about the AI from the moving from artificial intelligence into or a traditional AI into generative AI, and from generative AI into now this the last few what you can say that few months again the researchers started talking about generative AI also finished. Now we are moving towards to the agentic AI. So these are the transformation happening in the AI world. For researchers and academicians and students, you need to understand the basic part. You see here what happening, lot of huge opportunities there, and how fast and quick way you are adopting this type of technology, then only we can survive now. Very simple. I was listening from the last previous session also. Some people are asking about some of the questions. The thing is, one of the key skill now in the 21st century, or now the people who are studying in master's degree or researchers, one of the key skills from my experience is required is you need to have an adaptability. Adaptability is one of the key skills, and you need to have a positive mindset. These are the two important skills in this 21st century. If you have, you can survive and you can upskill with all those things. Because we were studying about our management part, management different subject, but when you want to apply something to the industry is very quick and fast way, because we are living in a world, lot of change. What we are seeing today, tomorrow it's entirely different. So the customer change is there. We want to accept these changes. How fast and quick way we can adapt the change, then only we can survive. The industry also the same type of competitions. You know, the marketing people. When you want to do something marketing, you need to have a huge competition is there. How we can do the competitive analysis? You see, the 2 years back, we did a competitive analysis with the past experience of the managers. The managers, whatever they do, or they collecting the data, and they'll do all the manual processing. It may be taking 2-3 weeks. But now you can get a one click. You will get all the strength and weakness of your competitors, and you can make a clear-cut plan about how you want to market a particular product. That way, the quick and faster way you can do by the support of AI. I hope all of you understand how it's changing with this technology in our day-to-day part. Apart from this marketing side, there is a huge, different other sectors also. You see here sports activities. Some of you guys are keenly watching cricket and all, cricket, football. You see the last few years, the major change happening in the cricket is, when you are coming a particular player, the opponent, they can make a clear-cut strategy what is his weakness, because AI will give all the data, the past data already is there with the artificial intelligence support. For example, Sanju Samson is batting next means what is the weakness of Sanju Samson, the opponent players, they can make a strategy and they can make a decisions accordingly, they can bowl. And see, that is the way each and every sector is now introduced in AI, and education part, or in financial sectors, or in marketing side, or HR. Nowadays, when you want to apply particular positions in or in a particular organizations, how they will screen our CVs. You see, the 5 years back or 3 years back, when you are sending a CV, they may be getting an 1,000 or 2,000 CV. They need to, the manual filtering is there. Now, no need. You just put it as support of artificial intelligence tool. You just upload your all the CVs, whatever you are getting in the folder. What skill set you require, depending on the skill set, it will filter and it will analyze. Also, from your data in the social media, you may be actively involving with the Instagram, or you may be actively involving with the LinkedIn and all. So all this, your social media data also it will take, and it will analyze, and also after that the skills, behavior analysis. You may be knowing the word called behavior analysis. So you can, by the support of AI, you can do the behavior analysis, and also you can give this filtering the CVs and all. So that is the way the HR management also, it's a lot of applications is there. When you talk about the generative AI, you know the the common term nowadays we are using with the ChatGPT and all. You know the ChatGPT and whatever you're using, Gemini or a Claude, all these things are the generating artificial intelligence. Whatever before the traditional AI, we are giving an algorithm, just after giving the algorithm, it will produce whatever the output, you will get it. It won't go beyond that. But when you see the ChatGPT and all, each and every day what you are giving input, it will learn. And it will learn and it will produce. For example, the previous sessions, one expert was talking about in a scenario. You remember, see the case, the same thing may be happened when you are giving in ChatGPT some of the assignment when you are giving. So only the past data, maybe the updated information may not be there in the cloud. But when you are updating, once you give a click into the ChatGPT, that information is there in the cloud, so that moment itself it will start learning. So that GPT will give a new unique output that is called the generative AI. It's always generating a new information by the past information, the data. So you need to give a huge amount of data is there, the processing part. You see here, traditional AI only will get an output in the text format, but when it comes for the generative AI, start generating not only the text, it will take an input as an audio, video, and all this format. Nowadays you see, you can give in ChatGPT itself, just to speak, it will convert into the text and it will convert it into a proper output. So that's called generating artificial intelligence. So giving an input as a text, or input as an audio, or a video, or a script, all this format is there. These are some of the example. You see the image you want to give. So you see generative AI, how it's working. This is a model, ChatGPT, DALL-E, or Gemini, all are working. You need to give a huge amount of data. It will give to a particular model. The model is already trained. By the support of neural network, you may be predicting the output. Always giving an output, it's not an existing output. It will give an unique product, or a unique output will be there. So this is the way the output will get, either an image, or either in a text, or a video format you will get it. So when you talk about generating AI to agentic AI, this is also one of the term nowadays we need to learn, we need to understand, because nowadays we are doing many tasks at a time. See here, take a scenario of industry part, when you doing for a particular designing aspects. For example, take an example of insurance. You know the insurance is one of the domain. When you had an accident, car accident or something, how many days it will take for processing your insurance nowadays? Normal, how many days it will take the overall insurance process? Current scenario. I hope all of you had, sometimes once in a while on some accidents may happen, right? So once you are happened on an accident, in car accident or a bike accident, how many days it will take for processing your documentation and getting clearance with all this amount and all? Minimum 15 days. 10 to 15 days minimum processing time is there. But now you see here, within already is there, TCS is already developing an application by the support of agentic AI. Already they presented in the last AI conclave. You can see within 2-3 months, when you go for, and this is a major transformation is going to happen with the agentic AI part. Within within a day, all the data part, everything, we can process it, and they can start the work and everything, and also you can claim it. That is the way, the quick and fast way the processing is happening. So understand, by the use of agentic AI, there are a lot of agents will be there. When you are doing a huge amount of big task, you can divide it with many simple tasks, and each task will be performed by a different agents. So that what will happen, for example, now you want to travel from, you are making a travel plan. You want to travel from here to, for example, Himachal, or you want to travel from Jammu. So you just make a plan. What will happen? You want to travel next week 15th with a friends or a family. So you need to do a lot of pre-planning. You need to check with the flight availability. You need to check with the hotel booking. You need to check with all, the transportation facilities, internal, how you want to travel, everything. So all those things you need to do separate ways, right? So maybe manual processing you need to do. Some travel agent will be there. He will take care. But when you start using this AI agent, you just give your travel plan. The AI agent will take care of all those things. Just to give your data, your date of travel, and how you want to travel. You want to travel in flight itself. Flight means, or a train. Just to give this input, agent will take care. Agent will check what are the airlines is possible with this date, and they will do the proper comparison. And not only the comparing, they will book the flight, and also it will check the hotel availability. It will book the hotel also. After it will check the normal, comparative analysis of the normal transportation. It will check the comparative analysis of the normal transportation, and that also will book it and give a notification. You see how much time you are saving. You understand? That's the way, the quick and fast way you can process. So in business domain, especially, every part you just to make it as an agent, and multiple agent is there. You can process whatever we are doing with the 10 days or 15 days. Take an example of developing a website for a company or a website for a shop. You see, when you want to start a new restaurant, just a simple scenario, simple use case, you want to start a simple restaurant. For example, you want to start a restaurant, you need to have a website, or you need to have some social media marketing. All those things is required. For maybe for developing these things, it will take a huge around 2 weeks or 3 weeks times. But now, if you give particular input with the geographical data from the satellite, if you just give those information by the support of agentic AI, it will there are some automatic websites also available. You just give this information with the AI agent, will take care and develop the website depending on your customized data, and within a day you can come up with your website and you can start a shop. So that fast and quick way you can process your informations. I hope all of you got it. What is the concept of agentic AI also? When you talk about this traditional view, when already we discussed, this is a major change in a technology to strategy, how it's managing. Normal, just 5 years back, or when you talk about before implementing, come up with the AI, all this technology is used as a support function. Just making, when you want to do a business, it will act as a support function. But now it's not only the support function, it will take it as a strategy driver. So that is the major transformation, especially in artificial intelligence. After introducing AI and ML, the data analysis, by using data analysis, it will give you a lot of visualization way of analysis part. It will give you a lot of forecasting. It will analyze the data and it will predict it. Huge, the information. Depending on that, you can make it other strategies. So the decision making is very fast and quick. The leaders, especially the managers or leaders, you need to take multiple decisions or complex decisions also. When you want to take a decisions by the support of this artificial intelligence and ML, it will help you a lot to making these things. That's things already we have a previous discussions also discussed about the personalization, hyper-personalization, because nowadays marketing and all, each and every domain, there is how we will make a strategy, like an Netflix example is there, or the Swiggy, or these small applications. I hope all of you are using with the Swiggy or Netflix or Uber and all. How they will make a strategy for each and every day, there is a huge changes happening. For example, Netflix is for season ways. For example, a particular holiday. So you may be getting a holiday, 3 days holidays means there are so many new serials will come, or there are so many new movie will pop up in the Netflix part. The same way in a Swiggy or an Amazon. You see, take an example of Amazon. But for example, you may be getting an festival season. You are getting a festival season. The same amount only, for particular product you are checking in Amazon, and after that, after 2 weeks, there will be a festival is there. Is it the same amount or a different amount? How it will analyze, the change will happen in Amazon, or you may be using Amazon, no? Or Amazon or a Swiggy or these type of, mobile applications. You see, there is an Uber. Take an example of Uber. Depending on the live data, that is very important. Depending on the live data, now the time is around 3 o'clock. So the 3 o'clock, what is the traffic here in Tambanur? Depending on the traffic rate, the route also will change. The route optimization will be there. Depending on this timing, the live data, their pricing will be differs, and also all these things will happen in a live. So that way, artificial intelligence is supporting this application. The quick and fast way the decision making we can take by using a personalized way of decision making is there. And especially in the case of a leadership part, the managers, nowadays, if you want to be a successful leader or a successful manager, not only the theoretical concept it won't help you, that will be the traditional manager concept. You need to have some basic knowledge about the technology. You need to have some basic knowledge about it to how to make a decision by the support of this type of data science analytics part. Then we can take a quick and fast way of decisions. That's one of the key requirement of the leadership or leaders. So you see all the successful leaders, the world leaders, they are always they are upskilling with the technological aspect also. So what will happen if you are upskilling the technology? You can do a lot of analysis, you can do a lot of forecasting, making a strategy in a right manner. And see here, these are some of the scenarios we already discussed with the Netflix and Amazon. And when you talk about AI and ML, there is an ethical considerations also you need to do, already discussed in the sessions. Just want to talk about a very important part is the current scenarios about what are the skill set is required in this AI and ML world. See, this is the things happening in the IT sectors, in the IT field. New era of computing, software was eating the world in 2012 and 2013 and all. And now we are talking about AI is eating the software. That is the reason nowadays each and every day there is a lot of recessions we can hear from TCS is leaving 10,000 employees, or in Infosys is sending out 5,000 employees like this. Because the reason is we are not upskilling with the technological part. And see here, this is already we discussed in marketing by the support of AI and ML, lot of predictive analytics we can do. Financial sectors, the fraud detections is daily we may be hearing with all these type of news by the support of AI and ML. By the algorithmic support, you can do the fraud detections. And also in HR, we already discussed with a screening of your CVs and all by the support of AI. And in operations part, so the supply chain optimizations, you can by the artificial AI and ML. You see here the route map, route and all. For example, shipping. The shipping part, the route, nowadays you see there is a war is there. By the support of AI, automatically it will redirect the route of all the shipping and all. So that is also there in the supply chain side in the operational activities. So some of the examples in the different sectors, I'm not going with is it a time is there, no? I'll wind up because a lot of things I need to discuss, but because of the time constraints, we will talk about only the few points. See, these are some of the skills that in the AI and ML world of the management perspectives you need to have. One of the key skill is the critical thinking skills. When you talk about technology, don't think in a narrow way. There are a lot of multiple such way you need to think it. The critical thinking is one of the key skills. And also there is a creativity and interpersonal communication skills, emotional quotients and emotional intelligence. That is one of the skills when you compare with the machines and the human being, the major difference. Machines doesn't have any emotional intelligence, but in the case of a human being, we have emotional quotients and intelligence. So especially we need to upskill with this also one of the skills in this scenario. Here you see there is another important part I talk about this AI and ML is one of the skill set we must have is prompting skill. Have you heard about prompting skills? Heard about why we need prompting skills? Why we need to learn these prompting skills? See, nowadays you already used ChatGPT in many places. But whatever you are giving ChatGPT will give an output. Is right? Whatever language, if you give some text format, you will get an output. But how you are going to give an right input, that is a skill. Output you will get it, but if you give an right input, depending on the right input only your quality of the output will change. So that is the skill now we need to upskill. We are going to use ChatGPT, we are going to use Perplexity, we are going to use Gemini, we are going to use Claude. All these are the LLM models with the different purposes. And also understand where we want to use these things also we need to analyze. Because each and every LLM model having some purpose. For example, you are going to do a deep research as an PhD scholar. You need to do a deep research in a particular area. The better LLM model is Perplexity. And you are a good designer. You want to come up with a new workflow. You want to design a new workflow for a particular product. Then you can use for a Claude. There is an LLM is there for a Claude. You see, that is also you need to upskill it. What you want to use, when you want to use, and that is one of the key skills. That's why I told you the prompting is one of the must-have skills. My dear research scholars and students also here, before you completing your MBA or a PhD, at least complete with, there are a lot of resources in LinkedIn, YouTube, Google, or directly Microsoft also giving free certifications in the prompting part. Only 4 hours or 5 hours if you spend, you will learn how to give an input to ChatGPT. Because depending on the input, if you give a colon, if you give a comma, if you give a double quotes, there is a meaning is there. So you need to understand how you want to give for your script or how you want to give your prompt. This is one of the skills you need to have. So upskill with the prompting. And also when you are going for an organizations, because you see here, these transformations, AI and ML, maximum impacted or affected by the middle managers of the organization. You know why it's happening, middle managers? Not the freshers. The freshers is there. The same thing I just want to tell you, when a computer is introduced, remember those days in 1995, the processor here, when we studied college days or school days, that time, there was a lot of resistance was there when you introduce into the computer. But this computer or an internet, the impact will happen only after the next generation. That generation is not that much used. Only the next generation, they started using. Our children, they started using internet. Our children, they started using computer. Now they cannot live without computer and internet. That is the way they much addicted. The same way, our next generation, our children, they are going to use this transformation with AI and ML that much because they are very fast and quick learners. The same way, if you are not upskilling this technology, then we may out from the race. So when you want to be in the race, then we need to upskill it. Some of the skills set I already mentioned, the data literacy, prompting skills are also is very important part in this part. These are some of the very positive mindset we need to have while you are going to an organizations. When you are going to get a job, you need to have a positive mindset to upskill with our knowledge, with our technological part. So the adaptability is one of the another skills. So the future of AI means, already we discussed, agentic AI is going to make it a lot of huge transformations because so many people started using with the agentic AI. Because of that, there are a lot of jobs also reducing. Some of the sectors is affecting, but the people who are upskilling with the agentic AI, they can survive. And the human AI collaboration is very important. Now, very part is not automation is not only the fully completed automation. There is a human-centric automation. The human part is there. We are going to control the remote like this. So that is the another important part. You need to know that part. The decision ecosystems across with AI. The managers and leaders, they are going to make decisions by the support of artificial intelligence things. So see here, this is the final word I just want to talk about this conference. See here, the AI won't replace the supporting of human and machines. Don't worry about it. AI won't replace anything, but the people using AI will replace it. That is about, just want to conclude it. All these audience, I just want to give as a message, please start understanding with these technological transformations and understand this is the next era of change, like a computer or an internet, how influenced our day-to-day life. The same way in our next generation is going to influence these things. If you are leaving from this, we may be also out from the race. So start learning, start upskilling. That is about
Thank you, sir, for this enlightening session. Now, I invite Dr. R. Vasantagopal, Senior Professor and Director, School of Business Management and Legal Studies, to hand over the certificate to Dr. Smiju IS. Thank you, sir. Now I invite Dr. Biju Ave to share his insights.
Good afternoon. Good afternoon to all. So respected Professor Vasant Gopal, sir, respected Smiju, sir. I'll be talking about my research only. I will not take much time. We'll be wind up within 5 minutes. So the thing is, wanted to point out that we need to fight against AI to get this access. So that's the point I wanted to tell. For example, if you write some papers, recently I have had one experience. So we have submitted a paper along with a foreign professor. The paper was, rejected by the editorial board of the journal, and stating that it's about the suspicious authorship. I don't want to mention the foreign author and all. So it's basically the decision taken by AI. So the paper was rejected because of the suspicious authorship. What is suspicious authorship? So the kind of collaboration across the authors is not matching. So they found that the foreign collaborator is not under the kind of finance area. So the suggestion, the finding has been done by AI. So how AI found this particular insight? How AI found this? So AI have taken data of the collaborative authors. So for example, there are 5 authors in that paper. So AI would identify the particular area of these 5 authors, and AI identified that the foreign collaborator, the corresponding author, is a kind of person, is not under this area. So then AI have given something information to this editorial board. We can reject this paper because of the particular author is not into that area. This is a common kind of rejection letter given by the journal nowadays. So AI is playing this. So while we submit the paper, then the reviewers will insert the particular paper in Cloudy or ChatGPT, then ask the ChatGPT to review. Then ChatGPT provides the review. So then they will, they will do something edit, and they send it to us, this is a review. So we can predict this review before submitting paper. We can get the insight that this is a review maybe given by the AI. So we can predict the review, and based on that we can revise the paper and then submit, then the paper may be accepted. So we need to identify what all predictions can be done by the AI, or what are the things can be done by the AI in our paper. So AI is playing in the academics nowadays. Everything, writing, reviewing, editing. So sir rightly pointed out this kind of positive things of AI, but I wanted to say something negatives. It's about the ethical part, privacy part of AI. Have you heard about a concept called surveillance capitalism? Surveillance capitalism. So there is a concept right now. It has been contributed by Susanna Zuboff. So surveillance capitalism means we are under the surveillance. If you talk something about washing machine offline in your home, so you wanted to purchase a washing machine, the next time after some hours, you will get a message that there is a kind of washing machines, brands are available. So you are under surveillance. Okay, so nowadays this you can relate FANG models, Facebook, Amazon, Apple and all. So these companies are using this data, and they are commercializing your data. They are selling your data without your information. So we don't have kind of strong data privacy laws actually. So that these companies are selling your personal data, your search information, your Instagram post, your LinkedIn post, your kind of search in Google. So they will sell your data without your permission. There are other problems also. For example, Now banks are using AI for granting of loans. So especially Sar was talking about AI agents. The banks are using AI agents. So how banks use AI agents? For granting of loans, they have many AI agents. One AI agent will look for the credit history of particular customer. Another AI agent will look for the kind of documentations. Another AI agent will look, it's a kind of framework. So while working on the framework, we will get an output that yes or no. So whether we can grant particular loans to this particular customer or no. So usually AI working on this, there is a concept will come, algorithmic biases. So this AI is working based on training and testing format. So whatever the training has been given, so training has been given by some people. So their biases already influences this platform. So something like nowadays banks are rejecting loans to the females. So why banks are rejecting loans to females? It's a kind of gender discrimination is happening. Gender discrimination. So AI understood that females are not eligible to get the bank loan. Okay? Another one is AI is rejecting bank loans to the scheduled caste people. So these are the problems while using AI. Another problem is AI is now acting as a corporate board member. So many corporates now appointed AI as the member of the board. This AI is taking decisions nowadays. So what happens if AI is taking decisions in corporate boards? Okay, this is kind of things to be discussed right now. A lot of works are now going on the diversity of the board and AI, the corporate governance, success and failures because of the AI. Okay, so these are many challenges right now while using AI, and now academicians are in trouble because what happened after 10 years sometimes? Sometimes we may be out of the framework. Sometimes AI will teach you. AI will do the research. So the kind of scenario will come. So we have to equip how to fight against AI. Thank you so much. Thank you for the invitation and best wishes for the conference. Thank you.
Thank you, sir, for your insightful words.
Now we are moving on to the presentations, and first we will have our offline presenters, and then we will be moving on to the online presenters. And the instructions for the presenters are, since we are running short of time, there will be 4 minutes for your presentation, and after the first 3 minutes you will be given a warning bell, and there will be a final bell after in the 4th minute. Kindly stick to the time slot, and you will have a 1-minute question answer session. Now I invite the first presenter, Arjun.
Behavior. Okay, hello. Good afternoon, everyone. My name is Arjun, and I am from the Ludhiana Institute of Management Studies, and I am here for a newspaper presentation that is AI-driven early detection of quick cracking through the work behavior and communication patterns for the enhancing the employee performance. a study with respect to engineering colleges in Kerala. We all know about the Kerala. We are all achieved 100% literacy because of our efficient teachers. So the teachers' health should be verified. So here I am going to introduce a topic called quick cracking. We all know I also newly know about this topic, that is quick cracking. Quick cracking is a hidden stress condition where the employees appear productively externally but internally exhausted. If I am an employee, I am working efficiently, externally I am very productive, but internally I am feeling stress. Stress have two types of stress, that is externally and internally stress. But at this condition, a person having an external stress we can find out through a visual, but an internal stress we cannot find out. If a person having intense, if I having intense stress, the outside person cannot find out. And our traditional HR methods like decision making, survey methods cannot find out that. So quick cracking. So because to find out the quick cracking in the hidden employees, I used an AI-based analysis based on the two topics, that is behavior and communication patterns. And this is the literature review I taken for this research. And here the research problem is to find out the hidden stress, that is quick cracking. I am going to prove a quick cracking concept that every employee in the modern organization is having a workload. A good workload is a good thing for everyone. Why? Because if a good workload increases the efficiency in the company. So in the current scenario, some companies are pushing heavy workload. Because of that, the person externally having an highly productive, but internally they feel stress. When the stress increases, it leads to heavy health issues. So to find, then I used some AAs to find out, based on the AAs it given a value, based on the value we can find out whether this person is stressed or not. And my objective is, the first one is to identify the analysis quick cracking among the employees using work behavior and communication patterns. Why I take the work behavior and communication patterns? Why? Because in an organization, the two main things is work behavior and communication patterns. Work behavior. If I'm a software developer, so in an organization when I go, I'm mainly focused on work and communication with the seniors only. Seniors. There are lots of parameters like the emotional touch, video call conference, but I mainly take the two main things is work behavior and communication patterns. And next one is, by using machine learning techniques, I used to find the early detection. If the person having stress, we can, if I am a sir, I can find out whether he having a stress or not, and to generate the quick cracking scores. These are the objectives. And these are the AAs I use. First one is isolated forest to detect the abnormalities in the behavior and communication. Next one is cake, means clustering. That means to group the employees based on their stress scores. And random forest classifier is the predicting the future analysis, whether the employee is having a future, he will affected by the heavy stress or not. Next one is, next two is for the feedback analysis. Why I put the two A's for the feedback analysis? Why? Because some employees will put only low, sometimes only they will give the feedback only. To find out the precision in the feedback, I put the two employees.
That was the final bell. Kindly conclude.
Okay, can I conclude? Okay, thank you once again. This is my presentation. Due to the lack of time, I cannot complete the presentation, sorry. The main thing is to find out the quick cracking inside the employees, so that the HR can find out who is the employees, and it helps the organization to achieve goals, so that the HR can find out who are the employees who are affected by the internal stress, and the HR can figure out, and that helps the organization to achieve goals and objectives very easily. Thank you.
Okay, Arjun, it was very nicely put into the points and a very valid topic.
Thank you.
The thing is, you just want to a couple of questions. You see, you already did in Kerala all the colleges, right?
Yes.
What was your sample size?
Sample size around only 50. I can take only 50. Due to the time limit, I can take only 50 teachers only.
And how you come up with these two, behavioral and communication part? These are the two important variables you identified. Is it any methodology used for identifying these variables, or just from the literature, existing literature?
No, sir. I am a ex-software developer. So when I am inside a company, it was very stressful work was there on the software basis. So from my experience, I take the two that
Only your experience.
from my experience
Oh,
only.
okay. But when you come for the research, at least there will be some methodology you need to follow. No problem.
Okay.
See here, and also there is a when you do the communication part, is the voice tone is an impact is there? For a voice tone of an employee.
As voiced on an employee.
For example, a particular day he may be very angry, or that reflect in the tone of the voice,
Yes,
right?
yes.
So is it reflecting that also in your studies? Are you taking for analyzing this part?
When I started this research, I have work behavior, communication patterns, and sound modulation and video conference. But the data size was very high that my computer cannot process that. So I limited to the 2 parameters. And in that, my communication analysis, there was voice tone also there. This is mainly based on the survey. I make a Google form that I supplied to the teachers from the teacher.
Yeah, you talking about Qt cracking score and risk score.
Yes.
How did you calculate that?
Based on the there's some code is there. If based on the, when I supply this Google form to teachers will put the data on that. That if I am stressed, if the Google form will having 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 values. Based on the values, the AI will train, and I train the AI, and based on the AI will give the scores based on the if loop, while if loop. Where if the person
AI means you use which platform?
platform now, so this is an what to say, the predictor is there. If the person having this much of stress.
Have you used any generative AI platform or a kind of customized?
No, it's a framework, sir.
So you have a framework.
Python framework is there.
Okay. So that framework gives this score.
Yes.
So what is the relevance of this score based on your findings?
So I applied on my college teacher.
No, is there any benchmark of this score? Based on your results, what is a benchmark? The kind of score you got it from the teachers.
The final scores. Then are you asking that it's valid or not?
No. Based on that score only, you have got the findings.
Yes, yes.
Right. So what is a kind of score? Is that it's significant or non-significant?
So I didn't understand the question.
Because when we do the research, the value, the significance of the results will be made out of the significance, the p-value or something significance, coefficients.
Yes.
So what did you get the coefficient?
Coefficient, I didn't.
Okay, you can look at it in future course of action. Okay.
Okay.
So without the coefficient, you cannot, the power of the research,
Okay.
we cannot able to say something findings.
Okay.
So that is really absent in your presentation.
Okay, sir.
Okay, all the best.
Thank you, sir.
The next presenter is Fatima Shaji. Fatima, kindly stick to the time, please.
Good afternoon to all of you. I am Fatima Shaji. So I am a project associate at Center for Management and Development. So my topic on this is exploring biases in AI-driven HR appraisals, a theoretical analysis using McGregor's X and Y theory. So even though the tech-driven ecosystem has advanced a lot, but every human being needs a human attention. This is the major thing in this environment. So I have analyzed organizations are increasingly integrating AI and machine learning or the ML into HR decision making to improve efficiency, but they are not considering what the employees want. So the problem is the impartiality of AI system often fail to meet expectations. So I have used McGregor's X and Y theory to analyze this problem. So this is the review of literature conducted in this. So moving forward, The major research problem is the gap between AI promise and reality. Even though AI promises to be impartial, but it has a lot of bias because the past information or the sample or the algorithm biases is included in it is based on human integration. So even though they have a seamless performance evaluation systems, they fail to meet the expectations of the employees. So the theoretical analysis conducted in this is based on AI-driven appraisal based on McGregor's X and Y framework. So we have done an evaluation on management perceptions, where the conceptual model include a framework of a hybrid model, creating a human and AI-based integration, where human elements are included into AI aspects. So this is where we termed it as dual stream evaluation. AI intervention handles parametric data. The parametric data includes those are in quantitative terms, and non-parametric data include those are in or qualitative data. So after that, the weighted output or the final appraisal results are based on job hierarchy and specific roles. So the research design used here is based on theory or theoretical framework, completely a qualitative one, where we have analyzed past research works and concluded it. So analysis and findings from this is based on theory-based bias correlation, and identified biases are algorithm or sample bias. Then there is automation bias. Then we have focused on performance metric focus, where we should be more aligned to what it is called as theory Y, a more human-centric side, because theory X suggests that there should be a carrot and stick model, where Y suggests there should be a creative side or an emotional side of employees. So we have developed a system where the major KPIs or the key performance indicators,
Morning bell.
key performance indicators like balance scorecard, ranking method, etc. will 360-degree feedback, etc. will be done by a parametric scale, which will be done by the AI intervention, and then non-parametric sides will be done by human intervention. So where the weightage will be gone to job role and level of hierarchy, in which the evaluation will be completed. That's it. Thank you.
So you used theory X and theory Y, right? Why you opted for these two theories in HR?
Actually, HR is a human side or human-centric approach needed. So using that theory itself will give an emphasis to what the problem is. എംപ്ലോയീസിനെ അറിയാൻ വേണ്ടിയിട്ട് നമ്മൾ ആ പ്രോബ്ലത്തിൻ്റെ ഡീപ്പിൽ പോകണമെങ്കിൽ അവരുടെ കൂടെ നിന്നിട്ട് വേണം ഇതാവാൻ. അപ്പം ആ ഒരു തിയറി ആകുമ്പം ഒരു സൈഡിൽ പറയുന്നത് അവർ ഫുള്ളി നെഗറ്റീവാണെന്നും, തിയറി എക്സ് തിയറി വൈ പറയുന്നത് അവർ പോസിറ്റീവ്സ് ഉണ്ട്. ഇഫ് വി എൻകറേജ് ദം വി കുഡ് അച്ചീവ് മോർ ഫ്രം ദം. അപ്പം ഒരു പ്രോഫിറ്റ് സൈഡ് മാത്രം നോക്കാണ്ട് ഒരു ഡെവലപ്മെൻറ്റ് സൈഡിലൂടെ നോക്കുകയാണെങ്കിൽ വി കുഡ് ഹാവ് മോർ.
Okay, you just come up with a model, framework, yes, right? That's all. Yes, sir.
Your area comes under employees trust and algorithms, right? So what about your sample says about the employees trust general?
I have not taken any sample size in this. It's a complete theoretical. If you want to take something, it would be 100%.
No, you haven't used samples.
No.
Then how did you reach?
From the past records of the researchers done.
Then I would be asking a question like, what is a general trend of kind of employees trust and algorithms? Because there's a relationship you have checked, the employees trust factor, within the framework of these appraisals, right? So whether the employees are satisfied or they are trusting the company's appraisals.
No, they need a human intervention in it. That's the
So that can be done with the AI.
No, sir.
So this human intervention can be coded or prompted as
couldn't
well.
be completely done because many evaluations are done on the basis of prejudices. Because even though we train AI, humans are training it. So if we want a completely non-prejudiced version, human intervention is needed.
Yeah, you can fit a human loop.
That's what we are saying in it.
Okay.
We are saying
That
a
is your
feedback
finding.
should be created
Oh.
even after AI intervention.
Hmm.
That's what we
So
are
what
saying.
is the framework of that human loop? How many people will be there?
It's based on the company structure. As we have not done any sample size.
You are suggesting a human loop
Yeah,
in
we
the
are
AI
suggesting
framework.
a feedback loop
Ah.
where AI could give a parametric solution and people like humans could give a non-parametric
So
solution.
if you use the human loop, you have to have a quantitative analysis. Okay.
Both
So
sides.
then the quantitative analysis, then you can have a kind of
Evaluation.
endorsement by the human loop. Without quantitative analysis, you cannot be able to say that
There
the
should
human
be a
loop is
quantitative side and a
essential.
qualitative side.
All right. Best wishes.
Now I invite Dia Banik, the third presenter.
Hello everyone, this is Dia and my topic is uncertainty our machine learning and dynamic time value of money framework for investment valuation evidence from Indian financial market. So the financial market are highly sensitive to microeconomic condition and uncertainty. Key variables such as GDP growth, inflation, interest rate, and exchange rate significantly influence market behavior. So at the same time, uncertainty indicator like India VIX capture investor sentiment and perceived market risk. This factor directly impact both market returns and volatility. However, traditional methods often fail to capture the complex and dynamic nature of financial market. So our research is connect both the most studies rely on linear econometric models and analyze return and volatility separately. But this research paper solved the limitation, so it is integrating machine learning and explainable AI and investment valuation within unified framework. Now I'm moving through the research problem. Traditional financial models are based on simplifying assumption. They assume linear relationship and constant discount rate. But real-world financial markets are non-linear, dynamic, and uncertain. As a result, these models are often inadequate in explaining actual market behavior and investment risks. Now I am moving to the objectives. The objective of this study are to identify key macroeconomic drivers of financial market, to analyze non-linear relationship using machine learning, to apply explainable AI for model interpretation, to introduce a dynamic rate framework, and to compare static and dynamic investment valuation model. As time is short, so I'm directly moving to research method. The study used monthly data from 2015 to 2021, including financial, macroeconomic, and uncertainty variables. Key variables include market return volatility, GPT growth.
Dia, that was your warning bell. Kindly stick to the time.
Inflation, interest rate, exchange rates, and India VIX. The data is collected from reliable sources such as World Bank, Reserve Bank, and Financial Market Database. We use XGBoost for modeling, SHAP for interpretability, and time series expanding window approach to ensure realistic evaluation. Now I will just shortly explain the Okay, analysis and finding. I was going there, sir. The results show that machine learning models outperform traditional linear regression. Random forest achieves the lowest prediction error, while XGBoost provides strong and stable performance. SHAP identifies key drivers such as market volatility, interest rate, and India VIX. Importantly, feature important changes over time, with uncertainty become more dominant during crisis periods such as COVID-19. Now I am going to conclude. The findings confirm that financial markets are non-linear, dynamic, and influenced by uncertainty. Machine learning models provide better insight into these complex relationships. The integration of machine learning, explainable AI, and dynamic valuation offered a more robust framework for financial decision. Thank you.
So topic is about application of machine learning models in asset pricing. Is it?
Like a learning and dynamic time value of framework for investment valuation.
No, the area of the topic is machine learning and asset pricing. But you haven't stated about the quantitative kind of data.
Yes.
So without quantitative data and analysis, how did you say that the machine learning is more effective than the traditional models?
Actually, sir, we do the full paper. So there we take Indian financial market monthly data from Nifty 50. So it was from 2015 to 2021. So according to that, I told that. Like we do the analysis.
You have to show that kind of data set and prove that the prediction accuracy is better in machine learning rather than the traditional econometrics models. So then only we could be able to understand your kind of methodology and the robustness results.
Okay.
So when you are stating this kind of theories, theoretical part, we are not able to confirm whether you are doing this particular task.
Sir, actually my graph is showing in the full paper. I didn't mention in the PPT. Next time I will mention.
Okay, all the best.
Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Thank you all.
Now we have online participants, and the first participant is Vishakha Mishra.